Welcome back to episode 23 here at Tech Headlines Today, where we bring you the top tech headlines in an easy listening podcast. If you'd like to read more about a topic we cover, check out our show links in the description. You can also sign up on our website to get the show links sent to your email. Please subscribe and follow if you haven't yet, and let's get into it. Chipmaker Nvidia investigates potential cyber attack. U.S. chipmaker Nvidia Corp said on Friday it was investigating a potential cyber attack following a news report that said the attack may have taken parts of its business offline for 2 days. A malicious network intrusion caused outages in Nvidia's email systems and developer tools over the last 2 days, The Telegraph reported earlier on Friday, but said it was unclear if any data was stolen or deleted. "We're investigating the incident. Our business and commercial activities continue uninterrupted," Nvidia said in a statement. To share at this time. Valve details Steam Deck rollout plans. It seems that Steam Deck customers might not have to suffer through additional delays. Valve says that everyone in the Q1 reservation window should receive order emails by the end of March, like they hoped, and that it will start to send order emails to other buyers in April. The company said that its first batch of Steam Deck order emails was sent out during the morning of February 25th. The next batch of emails will go out on Monday, March 7th, Valve says, because it turns out logistics work out better if we don't try to ship over a weekend. Valve will send additional email notifications in March so that people who reserved a Steam Deck in the first quarter of 2022 can order the device. Ukraine takes the resistance to cyberspace, assembling an IT army to hack sites from Russia and its allies, calls on tech leaders to get involved. Ukraine is asking outsiders to help resist Russia's invasion by joining the, quote, IT army. The IT army of Ukraine has a Telegram account with nearly 184,000 users and is mobilizing people who live in Ukraine around work that they can do to shut down Russian sites and Russian agents. "We are creating an IT army. We need digital talents," Mikhailo Fedorov, who is both Ukraine's vice prime minister and minister for digital transformation, noted on Twitter. "There will be tasks for everyone. We continue to fight on the cyber front. The first task is on the channel for cyber specialists." Fedorov has been asking Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg to use their platforms and products to ban Facebook in Russia and to give Ukraine Starlink access. Siemens unveils easy-to-deploy, sustainable EV charging concept. Siemens Smart Infrastructure in the U.S. has unveiled a new sustainable EV charging concept structure designed for electrifying fleets and high-demand charging applications at scale. The industry-first sustainable charging solution enables quick installation at scale and easy expansion and maintenance to help meet the growing demand for EV charging infrastructure, the company claims. The new VersiCharge XL concept was created to electrify new or existing parking lots and building structures quickly and efficiently by using a modular, scalable design made in partnership with Nexi Building Solutions, using their proprietary, sustainable building material with low carbon footprint. The solution, which resembles a modern-day fueling station, was developed in late 2001 and installed in only 3 days at Siemens Research and Development Hub for Electrical Products and E-Mobility Solutions in Peachtree Corners, Georgia. The massive growth of electric mobility requires an easy and rapid expansion of reliable and sustainable charging infrastructure. This specific concept shows how Siemens and its partners are working on new, innovative ideas to help support the growth in the U.S. market. Working closely with partners globally to meet local needs is very important to us, and this cooperation embodies that spirit, said Mark Mildner, CEO of eMobility at Siemens Smart Infrastructure. Florida arrests 10 men in online predator sting. Cops in Florida have arrested 10 men in a sting operation to catch online sexual predators. Operation Peekaboo was conducted over a 2-week period by 16 investigators with the Internet Crimes Against Children Unit at the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office. OCSO said the 10 suspects believed they were chatting with minors online when they were actually talking with the undercover officers. After believing they had gained the trust of their intended victims, the suspects allegedly traveled from across the Florida Panhandle under the apprehension that they were going to meet minors aged between 11 and 14 years old to commit assault. One of the investigators who worked undercover on the operation, OCSO Sergeant Joe Gordon, spent a great deal of time communicating with the suspects, many of whom allegedly used graphic language. "The conversations are very much led by the suspects," said Gordon. "They are the ones that lead the conversations on, and the investigators just chat with them. It can be weeks-long, months-long conversations sometimes. The The suspects span a broad age range, with the youngest aged 20 and the oldest aged 69. Some allegedly traveled from as far as to scam the Russian military advances unity to assault a minor. SpaceX reportedly brings Starlink internet service to Ukraine. SpaceX CEO Elon Musk says Starlink is now available in Ukraine. A monitoring firm reported disruptions to internet service following the Russians in Ukraine. Musk responded to Fedorov's tweet request approximately 10 hours later. Starlink service is now active in Ukraine, he said. More terminals en route. But details about this deployment haven't been shared by Musk, SpaceX, or Fedorov at this time. Starlink could help Ukraine maintain its connection to the rest of the world during this conflict with Russia. That connection is critical to letting people, including those in Ukraine and those watching from afar, know what's happening within the country following Russia's invasion. How to track someone by cell phone number without them knowing. There are a lot of reasons why you might want to track someone's location by cell phone number. Maybe you're a concerned parent and you want to make sure your kids are safe. Or maybe you're an employer who wants to keep track of employees during work hours. No matter what your reason, it's important to know how to do it without the other person knowing. One of the most popular and reliable apps is called Find My Friends. It allows you to track your friends and family members' location in real time and can send alerts if someone leaves or arrives at a designated location. If the person you're tracking doesn't have an app installed on their phone or doesn't want to share their location, there's a tracking website called GPS Phone Tracker. The website allows you to track the location of any cell phone number in real time. All you need is the person's cell phone number and their consent to be tracked. There's also a number of spy apps that can be used, such as mSpy, Spyzy, FlexiSpy, Umobix, and CocoSpy. Get all the details on these apps and more by checking out our show links in the description. Keeping our runners safe. Civilians and servants alike set their alarms to wake up before the sun as they prepared to participate in the Tel Aviv Marathon. Unfortunately, Israel is no stranger to terrorist activity, but when it comes to marathons, neither is the world, which is why marathon security is of the utmost importance. Israeli startup Airways Drones teamed up with Israeli police and Tel Aviv Marathon to provide a drone network to help secure the event, as the startup used AI-based UTM to manage the security of the event. The drones were used to patrol the course of the marathon and to monitor the event. Airways flight systems and UTM platforms feature artificial intelligence functions such as advanced mission planning, remote control, and multiple autonomous flight modes, and are revolutionizing the airspace by enabling scale multi-drone fleet operations and opening the skies to the commercial drone era. Eval Zor, CEO of Airways, stated that Israel is pushing the boundaries, developing a drone ecosystem, and demonstrating the benefits the technology can bring. Can Apple solve this new supply chain challenge? Russia's invasion of Ukraine this week will likely mean an increasing list of economic sanctions that affect everyone, including the technology supply chain that depends on Ukraine for some critical raw materials used in chip manufacturing. Ukraine is rich in hard-to-find raw materials used in semiconductor chip manufacturing. If this war escalates, it could affect the world's biggest chip manufacturers. It's not just about processor production, but raw material shortages will have an impact on supply of those hard-to-find things Apple calls legacy nodes. Apple, as we know, has the power of scale on its side. It produces hundreds of millions of devices, which is why when it calls a component supplier, it usually gets great deals and sees its needs prioritized. This may well help the company secure supply for the devices we know it's currently working on, including the iPhone SE 2022 and AR goggles. It must also hope that it's not impacted by neon shortages as it attempts to design new processors. If TSMC is scrambling to secure alternative suppliers of components, then Apple must surely be wishing them luck. It may even have a short list of recommendations to offer the TSMC. Apple patent describes a Mac in a keyboard. Apple has filed a patent application for a Mac housed in what appears to be a Magic Keyboard. Patiently Apple discovered the patent application, which Apple originally filed in August of 2020, after a revised version drafted in August 2021 was published by the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office on February 24th. The application is titled Computer in an Input Device. Apple says in the filing that moving a desktop computer, quote, can be inconvenient, awkward, and difficult, especially when frequently repeated. It also notes that cables, peripherals, and the system itself can be damaged in the process. Using a laptop or tablet can address those portability concerns, Apple says, but they still require an additional set of input devices to imitate a desktop computing device. The fact that some of the limitations of these devices, such as not being able to use the primary display when an external display is connected, are the result of its own product designs, is left unsaid. There is no guarantee Apple will release a device based on this patent application, and even if it does, the final design could be quite different from what's described. But at least there's hope that Macs won't always be confined to aluminum wedges and massive cheese graters. Thanks for joining us for another episode. If you want more detail on what we covered today, check out our show links in the description. Help us out by subscribing and following, and we'll see you tomorrow.